Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Monday, April 18th. We only have a 3-game slate. I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. We got Luka 10-4. He's questionable. If he plays, he's probably not going to be 100%. I've seen Luka play hurt and still be the best player on the court, so I guess if he's able to play, he's in play. Hardin at 9-3. Hardin is actually a good play because he can hit value with rebounds and assists alone. He put up 50 and 56 his last 2 games. His last playoff game, 56 fantasy points at a 9.2K salary. His salary did not go up, and he shot 6 for 17. Hardin's going to be high. Hardin's going to be very highly owned. Very. It's going to be up there. But at 9-3, to get his productivity, you might have to eat that chalk and just play him. Get different elsewhere. If you try to be cute, fade Hardin, you might be fading yourself. I'm going to tell you something that I thought in what year was that, when the Cavs beat the Warriors? Around that time when the Cavs beat the Warriors, like 2016, I thought that Kyrie was better than Curry. And we all got caught up in the shooting, the 3-point shooting of Curry. Like, he's the greatest shooter of all time. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Kyrie Irving is a better point guard. Kyrie Irving is a better player than Curry. Kyrie's the greatest shooter. Kyrie's a better player. Curry, and I'm going to tell you why. Curry's been very, very, very small in big games. Every big game Golden State's been in, Curry's been small. He's either been bailed out by Klay Thompson or Kevin Durant. This is not a thought. This is a fact. Don't at me. I'm not making it up. We all know it. Some people acknowledge it. Some people don't. He's the greatest shooter, yes. Big games, important playoff games, he comes up light. I'm not talking about this game. I know he was hurt, came off the bench. I'm talking about in general. Kyrie, in big games, big moments, when his team needs him, he shows up, he delivers. Kyrie might be questionable when it comes to off the court. Whether you like him or you don't, he's a little weird. Whatever, that's him. Look, I'm weird. Everybody's weird. But my thing is, Kyrie's a better player. And with all that being said, I think I'm fading Curry at 9,100. He's gonna need 54, 55 fantasy points to hit value. It's the playoffs. I'll take 5 times value. You're gonna need 46, 47 fantasy points. You could get it, but Curry doesn't have that pedigree that he's gonna go into a playoff game and dominate, because he might not. So I could fade him with an open heart and be comfortable. So Curry's not 100%. If he's coming off the bench, I'm definitely not playing him. And if he starts, I still might fade him. Well, Curry's not a high. Curry is not important on this slate. If Poole starts and Curry doesn't, you could play Poole, but he has a big number too. Just look at this at 8,000. 5 times value is going to be about 39, 40 points. 40 fantasy points. Can he get it for you? Yes. Will he get it for you? Probably. So, that's his decision. Van Fleet with no Barnes looks great at 7,500. Brunson with no Luka looks great. Dinwiddie, the same thing. I favor Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie gets the edge for me because he's a cheaper salary, but I probably just play both of them. Maxey's in play. The third guy of the big 3 in Philadelphia. Conley, he's $5,600 for a reason. If he hits his shots, he will hit value. If he doesn't hit his shots, you're going to be pissed off. Clarkson, 20 minutes, 9 fantasy points. I faded him, thank God. 20 minutes, listen, unless there's an injury, you should expect more of the same thing from game 1. So expect Clarkson to play about 20-24 minutes. At 5.1K in a playoff atmosphere, I'm good. Monte Morris, 4,900. Last man in, no problem. Bones Highland, let's see how many minutes he got. Even though it was like a little bit of a blowout. 17 minutes, 17 fantasy points. Last man in, he's alright. I think I'll stop right there. No need to really play Shake Milton unless your lineup is like you got 14 minutes, 16 fantasy points. He's not going to do that all the time, so be careful. Let's go to shooting guard. Damian Mitchell, sorry, I don't know why I keep doing it. Donovan Mitchell, $8,300. He's absolutely too cheap. This price is disrespectful. You see, the thing with Donovan Mitchell is that he doesn't have outrageous production. He just has like very good quality fantasy games. So that doesn't spike the algorithm to price him higher. It keeps him where it is. This is a playoff game. He's going to go crazy again. Not go crazy, but he took 30 shots. He's playing 41 minutes. He took 30 shots. Some rebounds, some assists, a block, and a steal. And he's $8,300. This is the most disrespectful price I've ever seen. $8,300 for Donovan Mitchell. I don't care if he's 200% owned. I'm locking him in. I'm telling you, I'm playing him in every slate. If I play 5 DK lineups, Donovan Mitchell will be in 5 of them. Klay Thompson, be very careful playing the Golden State Warriors. If Poole goes off, Klay may not. If Klay goes off, Poole may not. If Klay goes off, Curry may not. Be careful with the Warriors. You could play one of Klay and Poole or Curry and Draymond. That's my Golden State rule. You see the playoffs are here. I'm giving y'all rules. See what happened with Gary Trent? What I told y'all about Toronto. You gotta play 2 out of 3 or 1 guard and 1 forward because they all do the same thing. And if one goes off, the other wouldn't. I told y'all. Speaking of the devil, OG, 5,800. If Gary Trent is out, Barnes is out for sure. I believe we'll get to that in a second. I love OG. Siakam, every time I roster him, he doesn't do much, but I love OG. I like Barton. Barton's getting, he's getting aggressive again. I'll take 18 shots for, 5,500. So he was 5,800. He played 36 minutes. He took 18 shots, grabbed 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, scored 40 fantasy points, and his price went down. I'm locking in Barton. I'm telling you right now, Donovan Mitchell and Will Barton are locks for me. I'm good with the rest of that. Okay, it says Scotty Barnes is questionable, but I'm pretty sure he's not playing. I think he was doubtful last thing I read. Barnes was diagnosed with a sprained left ankle. Undergo MRI. This says doubtful, right? I'm not playing him. He's hurt. Wiggins at 6,200 with everybody playing. I'm good. There's only so many rebounds he's gonna grab with Draymond there. He's gonna get no assists if Draymond's there. He's not gonna get that many shots with Klay and Poole and Curry. So why are we playing him? He might get some blocks. 29 minutes. He went 6 for 11. 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 32 fantasy points. This is probably the best game you're going to get out of him. If you get more productivity out of him with the Warriors being healthy, I'll be shocked. This one, Gordon, 26 minutes, 3 for 10, 5 rebounds, no assists, no blocks, no steals, 14 fantasy points. Yeah, great job. I might go back to him because of the price point. Like I said, I keep saying the same thing every video because it's very important. Playoff DFS is about lineup construction. Once this Phoenix and New Orleans game is over and you watch the winning lineups, you're going to see a lot of 13s, 20, 22s. This is playoff basketball. It's about lineup construction. You know what I'm saying? So, pay attention. Have a plan. Don't just pick players. Have a plan. Have a game script in your head, and pick your lineup to match the game script. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get players that win. Where are we? This is Bojan. I wanted to play Bojan last slate, and I didn't because lineup construction. He went off. He was a good play. He should still be a decent play. He may not be as good as. It may not be 40 fantasy points again, but he should be decent. Gary Trent Jr. I think he's doubtful also. Nick Nurse said that Trent is considered doubtful. Okay. That's what we want. We want Barnes and Trent to be out so we can focus on the Raptors that are available. Finney Smith, 5,200. I'll pass. I'm not playing anyone else. Probably Bogdanovich is the lowest I'll go for small forward because you play any one of these guys, you risk getting a single digit fantasy score, and then your night is over. Night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. So we don't want to do that. Siakam should be high owned with Barnes and Trent out. Because like I said, they all do a lot of the same thing. I don't really trust Siakam, but I'll deal with that when I make my lineups. He's an okay play to me. Tobias Harris, 6,800. I think I got to pass. 47 fantasy points. He shot 9 for 14, 37 minutes. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. If you think he's going to shoot 9 for 14 again, fire him up. You're not going to have, and Embiid had a subpar game. You're not going to have Embiid and Hardin and Maxey have subpar games where Tobias Harris has a great game. That's not going to happen. If Tobias Harris has another 40-something fantasy point game, you know what? Then I'll have to readjust how I look at him. But for now, he just had a great game, and he's an okay play. Nothing spectacular. Draymond, Draymond's in play. I'm sorry, I can't do Porter Jr. Porter Jr. already said, he's not out there to score. I don't want you if you're not a shot. Kuminga had, the optimizers were popping for Kuminga, but I knew he wasn't going to play much, 4 minutes. So pretty much everybody else down here is useless. Maybe Boucher on this slate with no Barnes might get a little bit more run. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I'm not playing Boucher unless he's starting. Let's go to center. Jokic should have a bounce back game, even though he scored 54 fantasy points. That's very low for Jokic. 25 shots. He had 10 rebounds, 6 assists, all low. He had 3 steals, but everything else was low. Expect Jokic to have a bounce back game. Now listen, he's supposed to be the MVP, and if he's as good as they say he is, he'll bounce back and find a way to counteract what Golden State was doing to him, doubling him and getting the ball out of his hands. So you could go right back to Jokic. It should be a lot better. And Embiid at 10-7. Embiid was not great either. 5 for 15. 15 rebounds is okay, but we don't expect that from Joel Embiid. So I like Jokic. I like Embiid. I like Gobert's matchup. Who really on Dallas is gonna slow down Gobert or off the boards? No one. No Powell for me. Achua doesn't get enough minutes for my liking. I prefer Whiteside if I was gonna play one of these low end centers. Whiteside, like 14, 15 minutes. 15 to 20, 22 fantasy points, and you know exactly what you're gonna get. If you have the fire lineup and you just gotta fill in 3,900 or whatever it is. What is it? 3,900. You could put him in, but center is an opportunity spot. You miss out on Jokic or Embiid. That could give you 60, 70, 80 fantasy points. That's the downside. Well, this is DraftKings, so you can play him on utility or on Fanduel. You can't really play Whiteside unless you're fading Jokic or Embiid. So, with that being said, let's get a quick lineup. Not a lineup. Let's pick 5 guys that I like. So, Donovan Mitchell, I already said I'm locking in. Then we're doing Will Barton. Wait. Donovan Mitchell is shooting guard only. Whatever. Barton is shooting guard only. Whatever. OG with no Barnes or no Trent. I like that. That's 5,800. And I kind of like Hardin at 93. And that's 4 guys. And one last guy that I like. I like Aaron Gordon to bounce back. I don't want to chase Bogdanovich, even though I wanted to play him last slate. But looking at the rest of this selection, gotta get one of these guys in here. I gotta get in Dinwiddie, because he's the cheapest one, 66. So that's 5 guys that I like: Hardin, Mitchell, OG, Will Barton, and Dinwiddie. So it's pretty self-explanatory. If you watch the video, I explain everybody. So definitely going to be in the core of my lineups. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this in a whole lineup. Maybe I could, depending on what I consider value at the time of making my lineups. But I'm definitely playing these 5 guys and spread out through my lineups. So give me 1 second. Let me just take a sip of water. I've been talking too much. Okay, so now, if you're new here, welcome to the show. Thank you for watching. If you find that I'm talking a little bit too fast, that's because there's a lot of information to get out, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know some of you guys are getting ready for bed by the time you get this video. I know some of you guys watch this video at work overnight, on your way to work. So I want to make sure that I respect you guys' time and not keep you too long, but I want to make sure that I give you all the information that I think is necessary for you to make your selections. So just bear with me, please. One more thing. If you're working, kids, whatever it is, you're too busy to, do research, watch videos, rewatch videos, old games, whatever it is, however you do your research to pick your fantasy teams. If you don't have the time to do that or the patience, well, I have a Patreon, and basically what I do is I do all the work, the research, see all this information that I just gave you. I incorporate all of that, I build updated lineups right before lock, send them out to you right before lock through my Patreon, and you guys don't have to do nothing but plug them in and, you know, see how it goes. So if you're interested in something like that, my Patreon is linked in the description. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know, because when I don't promote it, you guys don't know, and when I do promote it, people come and it's really helping them. So I'm just making sure I'm, you know, let y'all guys know what's happening. All right, we're gonna jump to Fanduel. You know who we like and who we don't like. Now it's just a matter of salaries. So let's do it again for Fanduel, and we'll cut to the chase. Luka in or out. If Luka plays, I'll take a few shots on him, but don't go too crazy. Remember, he's injured. If Curry starts at 8,900, he's just an okay play. For me, okay play. Like if I play 10 lineups, if I play 10 lineups, I probably wouldn't play Curry in one. I probably need 20 lineups to play him in one. So 5% of your lineups, okay? I love Donovan Mitchell. I like Van Fleet, especially with 2 starters out. Brunson and Dinwiddie are probably going to be locks at their prices. They're going to be doing everything for Dallas. Everybody else on Dallas is absolutely trash. Maxi's in play. Poole looks great at 6,300 with Curry in or out, where you prefer him to be out. Mike Conley at 6K. It could go either way. 5% of your lineups. Jordan Clarkson, he may get hot. Most likely he will not. 2% of your lineups. Monte Morris, he's an okay player. 2% of your lineups. I'll have to stop there. If you want to be cute, you're playing 30 lineups, you could throw Bones Highland in one, but don't get too cute, because it's going to be early night. Hardin looks great. Klay Thompson at 66 looks good. I think Klay Thompson is just biting at the chops to have one of his classic games. Let's see if he could get there. Let's see. One of these games, if he still has anything left in him, one of these games, he'll have a crazy game. If not, then it is what it is. Wiggins at 59 is a little bit better. I still prefer Will Barton. Finney Smith over my dead body. I'd rather play Reggie Bullock. All he does is shoot. Danny Green is trash. Everybody else is trash. Let's continue. Sometimes I forget it's a 3-game slate, and I'm like, you know, there's really nobody to really pick from, but my player pool is tight. You know what I'm saying? Tight. So, you know, when I tell you somebody's trash, I'm not playing them. I'm not going to use my money to play players that are bums, so I can lose my money quickly. I'm keeping my player pool to people that I know come to play. You know what I'm saying? Tobias at 65 is a little bit, is fine. Bojan at 6,200 is fine because of lack of small forwards. OG is going to be a lock for me at 61. No Autoport, nobody else. If I had to play somebody from this dump, probably be Thibault because of blocks and steals. And I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Oh, here we go with this power forward shit. We got Jokic and Embiid. This was a death trap first game. It was a dead trap. Everybody put Steven Adams at center, and these two fools at power forward, and they didn't hit value. They're both great plays. Siakam 9,600. Take a shot. 10%, 5% of your lineup. Draymond looks healthy, so he's a good play. Aaron Gordon 5,600. Aaron Gordon's got to play. He's gonna play better, so Aaron Gordon can play for me. I only want Boucher if he starts. If Thaddeus Young is out, okay, he's doubtful also. That should bump Boucher, but they're the Raptors. You never know. I'm not trying to play no mind. I'm not trying to read nobody's mind. So if Boucher don't start, I'm good. Gobert. I think Gobert has such an advantage over the Dallas bigs that I actually prefer him at the center position to Embiid and Jokic. Since I could play these guys at power forward, Gobert will most likely be in my starting center spot. That's about it. I'm actually playing Gobert in all my center spots. I'm not playing Dwight Powell. I'm not playing Precious Achiuwa. It's gonna be Rudy Gobert. I'm gonna tell you this right now, right before I pick 5 people that I like. You're gonna be holding hands with the field with these lineups, because players that are sharp are gonna think how I think, and they're gonna play. You're all gonna play the same lineup. Just get different at one spot. Don't try to be cute in your whole lineup, because you will lose quick. It'll be an early night. I'm taking Gobert right off top. Jokic has to bounce back, but so does Embiid. Jokic is the point guard on his team, though. That's what separates them from me. Jokic is literally a point center. He makes the decisions. Embiid can really go through a few minutes with Hardin and Maxey taking over. So I'm gonna give the edge to Jokic. Small forward, I'm going to back to Will Barton at 5,700. Shooting guard, I'm taking Donovan Mitchell again. And at point guard, I love Van Fleet. Yeah, Van Fleet with no Gary Trent and Barnes, he should be fine. And once again, this lineup might be hard to keep all 5 together because of the salary, but I'm gonna have these guys and spread out through different lineups. Or I'll play this lineup without Jokic, put in Aaron Gordon, and keep the lineup balance. And play a few with Jokic and maybe take out Donovan Mitchell. So, that's just a few ideas. So listen, this video is over. I know it's a 3-game slate. I turned it into a 28-minute video. I'm sorry, but this is the playoffs and we can't leave no stone unturned. So, on your way out, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, and I'll be back with my MLB video in a few. Alright guys, talk to you later. Ciao.